Namaste children. Welcome back to another session of our class after long summer vacation. So before summer vacation we completed the first chapter, that is growing plants, where we read about seed structure, seed germination, dispersal of seeds, need of seed dispersal. Next, different vegetative propagation methods, and I must appreciate you that how nicely you people done that vegetative propagation, that money plant by Alka, onion by Rivantika, and most of you, and even Virat's that potato plant. So beautifully you people performed vegetative propagation. Even we came to know about different agricultural methods also in our first chapter. Okay, so in our second chapter we are going to focus on our body, how to maintain health and hygiene, what to be followed to maintain a proper health, because nowadays you know that outside it is too pandemic. Because of COVID we all are sitting from 1-2 years onwards at home. Yes, so it is very much important to learn about health and hygiene. So what to be followed to be healthy, and what are the different hygiene methods. Okay, so in our particular topic, health and hygiene, first we should know what is a health. So can anybody guess what is a health? Health means, don't say that, healthy. So what is a health? Health is a state of physical and mentally well-being. It is a complete state of physical and mentally well-being. So physical well-being is saying that according to the age of ours, if we have a proper growth and development in our body, that is physical well-being. And mental well-being is saying that proper development of the brain and responding towards the situations according to age. That is your mental well-being. So if a person is in a complete physical and mental well-being, then that condition it is called as a health. So to be healthy, everyone have to follow few things. So some of few things that were written here, that is doing exercise regularly, eating a balanced diet, having a proper sleep, and even doing yoga, all those things. So to be healthy we should always follow few things, that is eating balanced diet, maintaining personal hygiene, protecting ourselves from the diseases, and taking an adequate rest and sleep, and after that exercise regularly. These are few things that must be followed by each and everyone to be healthy. Okay, so now I said health, I said what are the things to be followed to be healthy also I said. There I use the word hygiene. Hygiene is nothing but cleanliness. So where and what all the areas we should be clean. So oral cleanliness, oral hygiene, that is brushing your teeth is very important. Toilet hygiene, eliminating the waste from your body regularly every day is also very much important. Bathing properly, hand hygiene, combing your hair neatly, applying oil to it, covering your nose with a handkerchief while you are coughing or sneezing, cleaning your foods, and even keeping our surroundings and home cleanly. These are some of the hygiene areas that must be very clean and neat. Means along with the personal hygiene, your surrounding or society hygiene is also very much important for a healthy condition. Okay, health means it is a state of complete physical and mental well-being, which acquired when you are eating a proper balanced diet, doing exercise regularly, taking an adequate rest and sleep, and even maintaining the personal and social hygiene. Okay, so in this slide you are able to see the different types of hygienes that to be followed in person or even in society. Okay children, so now let us mainly focus on the things, that is your, we said to be healthy we should eat a balanced diet, I said. So the word balanced diet is saying that proper quantity of all the nutrients. A new word I am using. It's not a new word. It is even familiar to you. A new word, that is your nutrients. So we are eating different varieties of food materials like rice, roti, vegetables, curd, milk, flesh, meat, egg, fruits. So different varieties of food materials we are eating. But what exactly present in the food? What is the component of that food? That is nothing but your nutrients. Okay. So nutrients means those are the substances that are present in the food material which are giving us energy and helping in our body growth and development. So what are nutrients? Nutrients means those food substances which are giving us energy and helping in the body growth and development. Those are called your nutrients. So like how many such nutrients are present? Let us see. So if you will see here, yes, there are so many different types of nutrients that are represented here. Carbohydrates, fats, proteins, minerals, water, roughage, vitamins. These are some different types of nutrients that are required by our body. Out of all these nutrients, carbohydrates, fats and proteins, these are required majorly by our body because they are directly playing in our growth and development. So these are called your macronutrients. Macro means bigger. So your carbohydrates, fats and proteins, we are saying them as a macronutrients because they are helpful in the body growth and development directly. Whereas your vitamins, surfaces, water, mineral, these are required in a smaller quantity. But they are very much helpful in the body maintenance, very much helpful in fighting with the diseases. They are very much helpful in eliminating the waste from the body. That means they are required in a smaller quantity. So these we are saying as a micronutrients. So these three, carbohydrates, fats and proteins, we are saying them as a macronutrients because they are required in a larger quantity and directly playing a role in the growth and development. Whereas these vitamins, roughages, water and mineral required in a minor quantity and helping to fight with the diseases, to get rid of waste, to maintain the proper body balance, ionic balance. So these we are saying as a micronutrients. So now to exactly see what macronutrient is doing to our body and how it is helping to our body. The first macronutrient, it is your carbohydrate. So the picture, what all you are able to see, a bread, banana, soups, sweet corn, rice, all these are the richest sources of your carbohydrates. And these carbohydrates, they are helpful to us in so many different ways. But the first and foremost function of our carbohydrate is giving energy to the body. Your carbohydrates, they are providing energy to our body. Yes. So with this help of energy only, we are able to perform all the works. And the second one is, even it is supplying energy to the brain. Carbohydrates helps the proteins to stop, or they are helping the proteins to develop the body muscles. And even they are playing a vital role in fat metabolism. So the majority of the energy what is utilized by our body, it is coming from the carbohydrates only. That's what they are providing energy for our body. Okay. Now the second type of food material, that is your fats. So fats are the food materials which are also giving us energy. So here on the screen, what all the food substances you are seeing, like nuts and seeds, ghee, eggs, fish, dairy products, avocados, cold press oils, coconuts. These are some of the richest sources of fatty food. Okay, so now these fats are also giving us energy. So that's what your carbohydrates and fats together, they are called as energy giving foods. Carbohydrates and fats together, what we are calling them? We are calling them as a energy giving foods. But your fats along with the energy, they are even stored immediately below the skin, beneath the skin, and they are acting as an insulators. That means they are not allowing our body heat to come out of the body. They are even acting as a insulators. Okay, children, your carbohydrates and fats, those are the macronutrients which are giving us energy. So these nutrients, we are calling them as a energy giving food materials. Okay. So now after these energy giving food materials, now the next turn, that is your next macronutrient, that is your proteins. We know that proteins are helpful in our body development. They are helpful in the muscle development. And here the food materials like dry fruits, eggs, milk, cereals, meat, flesh, fish, these are the richest sources of proteins. Okay, so now this protein, it is doing so many things in our body. Protein, mainly it is helpful in our body muscle development. It is even helpful in the digestion process by releasing some enzymes. It is helpful in the formation of new cells. It is even helpful in the elimination of waste materials from our body. Last but not the least, it is even helpful to fight with the diseases by producing antibodies. Okay, it's supporting the antibodies, developing the immune system in our body. So proteins are the another macronutrients that are required to our body, which are helpful in the body muscle development. They are helpful in the digestion of food material, helpful in the formation of new cells, and even helpful in the elimination of waste from our body, and they are even helpful in supporting the immune system and developing the immune system. So till now we had seen what is the health, what are the different hygienes to be followed to maintain the health, different food components, and major food components like carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, their role in our body. So in our next class, we are going to learn about the micronutrients, that is your vitamins, minerals, roughages, and water, and their role in our body. Okay, children, open your textbook, and in textbook page number 24, in textbook page number 24, if you will see, exercise heading is there. Down there section A is there. In that A1 oral questions, first question is, why does our body need protein? Second is, why should we eat a balanced diet? And the third one is, why is regular exercise essential for staying healthy? Write these three question and answers with pencil there only within a single sentence. Okay, children, these three oral question and answers you are going to write in the textbook with pencil within a single sentence. This is your today's homework. Okay, children, thank you so much.